Hello everyone. Today in this devlog we are going to take a look at how my building system and recruitment system work, following the entire flow from clicking a button in the UI all the way to a finished building or spawned unit in the world. My building system is split into the building button and the building system itself. The workflow starts on the UI side. The button component is completely modular, meaning when we add a new building, we just create a new button in the UI and set its building name export variable. When we press the button, it fires the start placing building signal with the building name attached, emits building mode change set to true, and calls release focus so the button doesn't intercept keyboard inputs. Once the button is pressed, start placing building triggers inside the building system. It checks the resource manager to see if we can afford the structure, loads the data from the manager, and initializes the preview instance to handle the building preview. Inside process, the system handles the continuous validation. It runs a raycast to the mouse to find the floor coordinates and uses snap to grid to snap the building preview to the grid's positions. The can place building function then checks the grid manager to determine if the tiles are blocked or buildable. Based on this check, we apply either the red or the green preview material to the mesh and update the outline previews if the structure is a gatherer building. In the unhandled input function, we evaluate the mouse clicks. If the building is a line building, in example a wall, left-clicking sets the start point and moving the mouse calls update line previews to draw the preview meshes up to the endpoint of the wall, checking total cost and blockades for the line. If it's not a line building, a standard left-click just places the building normally. At any point during this phase, a right-click calls cancel placement to abort the placement. When we confirm the placement, the system calls resource manager spend to deduct the total cost. It then adds the building to its dedicated multi-mesh manager and adds stats like population capacity if it's defined in the stats dictionary. If we hold shift, the system resets the previews and restarts the placement loop immediately. If shift is not held, we stop the placement and exit the building mode. Moving on to recruitment system, which is split between the recruitment button and the recruitment system. The button side is the same. When adding a new unit type, we just create a new button in the UI and set its unit name export variable. Clicking the button simplifies the request unit recruitment signal through the signal bus with the unit name. Inside the recruitment system, we first manage which structures are active. The onRecruitment building selected function listens for selection signals. If a recruitment building is selected, its ID is appended to the selected recruitment buildings array. If it's deselected, the ID is erased from the array. When a recruitment request is received, the recruit unit function executes. It loops through our global player managers to find the manager that matches the requested unit name. Once found, it extracts the unit's specific configuration stats, specifically pulling out its food cost and population cost. Finally, the system loops through all currently selected recruitment building IDs. For each building, it checks can afford against the resource manager and if valid calls spend to deduct the food and population cost. It then queries the ID manager to get the actual building instance and determine the spawn position offset. With the position set, it calls on spawn requested on the unit manager to spawn the goblin. And that's the complete flow of both systems. If you have any questions or want me to make a more detailed video or tutorial about a specific topic, just let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching and I see you in the next one.